When I see a clean sheet of ice, I see nothing but opportunity. You have every seat in that arena, that stadium, looking right at that playing surface. And for me, it's all upside. What can we do? How can we capture that imagination?
That's Eric Gazzillo, Vice President of Quince Imaging, a company that has pioneered projection mapping for sports like Major League Baseball, the NBA, and NHL.
So when the Vegas Golden Knights want to create an unforgettable experience on opening night for the fans, they knew who to call. And luckily for us, we get a chance to see how that magic is put together. So let's go ahead and check it out.
The NHL has seen its fair share of AV innovations throughout the years. Ah yes, who could forget the old glowing puck? But in recent years, professional playing surfaces are now being utilized as blank canvases for teams looking to create the wow experiences for their fans.
A big part of everything we do in sports is trying to get butts in those seats. Well, I've got an 80-inch TV at home. I've got a 4K streaming package. What's going to get them to really come in? It's that in-person experience, right? Getting them engaged, getting them excited.
In the fall of 2021, the Vegas Golden Knights were scheduled to welcome the NHL's newest franchise, the Seattle Kraken, on opening night of the NHL season. And to commemorate the event, they commissioned Quince Imaging to design an introduction worthy of a king. Or a knight?
We were the 31st team in the league. The 32nd team that was announced that year was the Kraken. And it just so happened our first home game was against the Kraken. So we knew that we had an obligation to our fans, to ourselves, to blow the roof off the place.
That was about them coming up with an entire theatrical approach of how their night was going to vanquish this new foe.
They gave us an image of this Kraken door knocker that was at a bar that they were going to shoot their live action part at. And so we kind of took that image as our inspiration and started modeling and storyboarding from there.
Working alongside the Golden Knights, the design team at Quince Imaging began to build out the creative concept and graphic sequences. Eventually, the time came to take this show to the ice, and that was complicated.
The arenas themselves are pretty complex environments. You have people working literally 24/7 to put down the court, resurface the ice, and trying to find time in these arena schedules to say, hey, can we rehearse? Can we see the alignment of this tentacle? That's really not an option a lot of the times. That goes back to our process.
So when you can't go to the ice rink, you bring the ice rink to you.
With projection technology, you have to really balance your contrast, understand your focal point and your point of view. And having a scale model allows you to view things, see things from exactly where the audience and the cameras are going to see this technology. You have a physical animal that's interacting with a real person, right? So it's not here's a tentacle, it's here's a tentacle, here's center ice, here's where the performer is blocked out, and really treating it like theatrical blocking.
After all their work, the projection mapping was finally ready for opening night. The only question remaining was how the fans would react.
People freaked out. It did over 500,000 views on our social media channels alone. It did over 1 million impressions, and that's just the Golden Knights social media channel. It blew up online, and it was one of the coolest things in my career I've ever got to be a part of, and I hope and I think it was one of the coolest things that people got to witness, which was the end goal, when we started this.
All right, so you said we want to go bigger and bigger every year. Now I got to ask you, is projection mapping just a niche for arenas, or is this going to grow to something even bigger?
Well, for the first year, I was convinced this was a fad. This was going to come and go. And here we are 8, 9, 10 years later, and it hasn't stopped. It's all about integration. So you've got these bigger LEDs, more ribbons, more 4K and HDR cameras. How can you synchronize that with the projection mapping experience, right? The second thing is augmented reality. You can have things not just crack and fall away into this virtual canvas, but also pop up and out and into the audience, virtually via augmented reality effects.
That's right. It's only a matter of time before a giant Kraken emerges from the ice and jumps into the stands via augmented reality. And when that day comes, you'll know that it all began here with the talented folks at Quince Imaging. To check out more episodes of How'd They Do That, subscribe and follow us on social media. And if you know any amazing AV experiences we should feature, email us at video@avixa.org.
So let's go check it out.